Alrighty, hi there. Welcome to my newest podcast. This is going to be all about the Tiger Cats. I've done podcasts before based on the whole league, and I just found it's too time consuming and there's too much information out there to keep track of all the time. So I thought this year I'm just going to focus just on the Tiger Cats. And maybe we'll have some better we'll get some better information and better quality of the podcast just because I'm only focusing on one team. So in this episode, I just it's basically we're 4 days away from the preseason. So the first game for the Tiger Cats is going to be on May 24th against the Argonauts. So we're getting down to final cuts, or mid cuts. In CFL, there's still cuts like almost right up to the beginning of the season, right? Or just past even. So I just want to talk about the Tiger Cats and some of the key players they picked up and a couple of areas that we should watch out for. So let's talk a little bit about, first off, I want to talk about the offensive line. So always, the offensive line is the most important part of the team, the offense, that is. So I want to spend some time to talk about them. Now, the Tiger Cats signed all kinds of superstars that we'll talk about later on offense and on defense, but especially on offense. So I just want to take, like I say, a couple minutes here to talk about the offensive line. Some of the pickups that they have on the offensive line, we don't know how much experience they have. And then again, you look at the two and you don't know how many of these guys are going to make the team. So, like I said, not all the cuts are done. People that they do have those still back is Brandon Ravensburg. So he's got a lot of experience. And Jacob Scott, he's played for a few teams in the CFL. He's got CFL experience. And then the last guy, no, never mind. Sorry. No, that's it. That's all I want to talk about. So my point in all of this rambling here about the offensive line is it's kind of unclear how they're going to come together. So if I'm worried a little bit about any part of the team, it's going to be how this offensive line comes together and plays. They're big. Like I looked at all the stats on size of them, and they're all between 290 and just over 300 pounds. So we'll see how they can protect our quarterbacks, particularly, we got a fragile old man that I mean, he had a great year last year. Well, it was a mixed year, wasn't it? He started off not too great, and then when he got benched, he woke up and then had he did break a couple of records at the end of the year. So, we're worried about. I'm a little bit worried about this offensive line coming together. However, we had big pickups with Kenny Lawler and Jubal Otarski from this is for receivers. These are great pickups. Championship pedigree there. These are guys that they beat us in the Grey Cup. And I think they're huge additions. Boule Van Mitchell is going to have a lot of fun throwing to these guys. And that goes along with all our already great receivers and Keandre Smith, Tim White, Omar Bayless. This is a receiving core that's brimming with talent. It's just ridiculous. And I'm actually going to go to the actual roster right now. So people, I don't want to forget it. Well, there's Luther H. I can never say this guy's name. We always joke around here. We call him Hakuna Matata. So it's what is it? Hakuna Navu. Awesome. He's great. We got Robinson still. Big tight end that we used in certain situations. We got Brendan O'Leary Orange. Forgot about him. And let's not. Did I say Keandre Smith? Yeah, I did. Yeah. And then don't forget about Tyler Turnowski, the Canadian receiver. I mean, he's a great receiver in his own right, but he's also a machine, an absolute monster on special teams. He had some of the best tackles of the year on special teams. He sat down some of the best returners in the league. He's a fantastic player, and but he can also play receiver too. Like he's a Mr. Gadget kind of. He's a gadget player. He can do everything. So this is a receiving core that is formidable. And then you have one of the best quarterbacks that's ever played, arguably, throwing to them. But they got to have a good offensive line. If Bo Levi Mitchell's running for his life, none of that matters. So all you smart, I know Tiger Cat fans are some of the smartest fans in the league. So I know it's not just me that's thinking about that. If the O-line doesn't work, then the running game doesn't work, which we'll talk about the running game in a second. And then all these great receivers won't see good balls from good footballs from Bo Levi Mitchell. So who do we got at running back? So I'm super excited that they picked up Johnny Augustine from Winnipeg. This is a guy who sat behind Olivier. You know who I'm talking about. Sorry, Oliveri. Is that his name? God, is he pasta or is he a player? Sorry, pardon me. Sorry about that. But no, he's fantastic, and I think he's gonna break out with the Tiger Cats. And then we still have Greg Bell too, who's amazing. So we got two great backs. And then if I look at the roster, I just want to see the roster here. So on the roster, you got Johnny Augustine, Greg Bell. Oh, Litre. Don't forget about that guy. Who was the big... I think, was it Litre, the big fullback? And on the roster, it's listed Chris Smith, Litre, Greg Bell, Johnny Augustine. Yeah. So we got some good talent at running back, too. We did lose Butler, of course, but after I did talk to... I had access... it was nice, a little bit of access to the Tiger Cats, and just found out that apparently he wasn't a super great fit, and he played well with Tiger Cats, but he wanted to move on, and I think the Tiger Cats wanted to move on from him. So it's it was on good terms, but he's moved on. Yeah, so the offense, like I said, the only thing I'm worried about is that offensive line. They have depth, at least. They have a lot of right now they have a lot of offensive linemen, but like I say, they're probably a couple of them are probably gonna get cut. So if they stay healthy up front, then and if they play well up front, then they're gonna put some points up. I'll tell you. Excuse me. Oh, and then kickers, of course, we still have Mark Leggio, who again, as long as he stays healthy, he is Mr. Reliable. Knock on wood. I don't want to jinx anything. He's proven himself in Winnipeg and in Hamilton for a couple of years. Plus, he's a super nice guy. We actually, my family and I had a chance to meet him after Labor Day last year on the field after he kicked the game winner. Just a great guy. Anyways, I hope he has a good year for us. Field goals are, you win and lose games by 2 or 3 points in the last 3 minutes all the time in the CFL. And you want a guy like him. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the defense. So, again, the three big ones that stand out for me, people that we got is Stubblefield, as defensive back. We got Garbutt on the defensive line, and we got Julian Hauser back. Hauser's back in town. Man, I can't wait to see this defense fly around the field. And they already had good players. They got Casatonis back at safety. I'm worried about him only for his health. He got hurt a couple times last year. He hits like a ton of bricks. But it's a double-edged sword because number one, he gets hurt. But two, they've got some rule changes this year. So these defensive backs, I think, all defensive backs in the league, I think they're going to struggle for the first little bit, trying to figure out these new rules and how they're allowed to hit. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think people, when they go to the preseason games, they're probably going to get pretty frustrated because I bet you there's going to be flags on like every single play. Every single play. It's pretty common in the preseason because they're testing out new rules and stuff, and they call everything and all that sort of stuff. So we'll see how that goes. But I just want to look quickly again at the roster. It's very complicated for all the drafts, picks, and all the free agency stuff. It's in the CFL. I find obviously it's not as well covered as it is in the NFL, so it's pretty hard to stay informed. So let's go and see who we got on. Well, let's look at linebackers. We got Trevor Hoyt, who was awesome last year. Still have him. Some of the names, of course, I don't recognize, right? Because they've come in. Linebackers, yeah. So just trying to see. Brian Cole is second. He's still there. Hoyt's still there, like I said. Yeah, so we'll have to see how some of these guys come together. And who's there You know, we want to see who's there. Defensive line is going to be that's where I wanted to look. Let's see, wide receiver. No, wrong way, Dave. Okay, so with linemen, we got tons of defensive linemen. Okay, we got Garbutt, like I said, Thomas Gore, Julian Hauser, which I'm so happy he's back. Casey Sales, you kidding me? Like this, even just those names alone, and they got a lot of depth there. So I think that the defensive line is going to play well. So and then of course I would be very it would be bad of me not to mention the fact that we have our quarterback who is going to be the future of our franchise, and Taylor Powell. I think that if Bo Levi Mitchell's finished this year, this is the last year of his contract at least. If he's done this year and he goes off to be a broadcaster for TSN or whatever he's going to do, Taylor Powell is the guy going forward for us. I really like him, and Milanovic likes him. And I think that he's been learning a lot from Bo Levi Mitchell, and he's got to play too when Bo was hurt. And I got a good feeling about this kid. So hopefully they can keep him through his contract, and hopefully Milanovic stays, and we have a good for once in our friggin' lives in Hamilton, a succession plan, a real succession plan for quarterbacks. Okay, so final analysis for me about this team. So I sort of touched on it already. I'm worried about the offensive line. I'm worried about the linebackers. A lot of names I've never seen. And we have a new, I forget his name. Oh, but we got the defensive coordinator from Calgary, which I'm kind of like, oh, okay, Calgary. It's not that, I don't know. I don't know anything about the guy, so I don't want to judge or do anything yet. We'll see how this defense comes together. But the anchors for defense are good. You have a great defensive line. I think they're going to shred quarterbacks this year. You got a couple of ball hawks in the secondary, so I think they're going to play well. But we have to be able to win those close games. On paper, these Tiger Cats look fantastic. I mean, really. I mean, they have almost all of the parts there. They have to play well. Okay. It doesn't matter what it says on paper. We all know that. They got to go out and they have to perform. And I think everybody out there who's watching this can say that if they come out 0-3 and 0-4 or even 0-5, whatever, if that happens again, then we're going to, I think as fans, we're just going to be like, they missed the playoffs last year because they started the season so bad. So let's just hope that the pieces come together. You have a lot of personalities that have been thrown into this Hamilton cauldron, and they need to play together. They need to learn how to play together. Some of these receivers are used to having the steady hand of Ryan complaining crybaby Kolaris. But say what you want about him, because I don't really like the guy. But I mean, he's been good for a long time. I mean, I love the fact that they've lost how many in a row now? Grey Cups, even though they beat us twice, right? So anyhow, I don't have a lot more to say. I'm super excited to see them the preseason, see some of these names I don't know, see how they perform, see who makes the team, So we'll be there watching on the 24th. I'll have some commentary after, a couple of things. If I see anything that stands out or things that need to be brought up, and we'll go from there. But listen, if you can't make it to the game, I think it's going to be on TV. But just come to the game. I mean, it's a preseason game, so I don't think there'll be a lack of available seats. We'll sell out the home opener for sure in June. But come out there for the preseason. Let's have a look at some of these players. All right, I'm out of here. We'll be talking to you guys again soon. Right back.